On his 101st day in office this week, Donald Trump held a cabinet meeting, and of course, the press was invited. We got to get this all on camera. We want the photographers. We want the reporters. We want everybody to see what's going to happen at this cabinet meeting, because the entire cabinet meeting was nothing more than Donald Trump's 12 sycophants around the table telling him how amazingly awesome he is and how everything he does is definitely the right thing to do in all cases, in all scenarios. It was so gag-inducing that not only did the entire internet roast these folks, but even conservative writer and commentator Ann Coulter said this about this cabinet meeting. Would it be possible to have a cabinet meeting without the Kim Jong-il style tributes? So even conservatives, granted it's Coulter who has a on-again, off-again love-hate relationship with Donald Trump, but even they were like, this is over the top. This is a bit too much for us. So for those of you who did not happen to watch it, good for you, thank you. I'm going to read you a list of the most suck-uppy things, is the best way to put it, that these cabinet officials said to Donald Trump to kick off this meeting. And this list was curated by Mediaite. Oh, and it's also worth mentioning that before the cabinet people got in there, each one of their places had a Gulf of America MAGA-style hat sitting at their place. And Elon Musk, throughout the meeting, changed his hat. He had a MAGA hat, then he'd put on Gulf America, then he'd switch back to MAGA. The whole thing was stupid. And a lot of the men actually dressed like Donald Trump in, the blue suit with a red tie. So the whole thing was creepy to see, but even creepier to listen to. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, said, President, your first 100 days has far exceeded that of any other presidency in this country ever, ever. Never seen anything like it. Thank you. I mean, I agree that we've never seen anything like it, but exceeded any other presidency? I mean, that's just statistically and historically not true. Like, I'll get into more and then I'll make my point. But anyway, Scott Bessent, Secretary of the Treasury, billionaire, said, Sir, it's been a momentous 100 days with you at the helm, and I view this 100 days as setting the table for peace deals, trade deals, tax deals. The next 100 days will be harvesting. Not the farmers, though, because they're going out of business because of his trade war. So the actual people who do real harvesting, they're not actually going to be harvesting. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin said, today is a special day for many reasons. The biggest reason why we're here is that this is the 100th day of the most consequential, historic first 100 days in the history of this country. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to read more in just a second, but let me say this. If you're going to lie, if you're going to praise somebody by lying to them, make the lies believable. Don't make it something to where anybody with an extra 15 seconds and access to Google can prove that this is actually not true. Okay? Like, tone it down a notch. As Ann Coulter said, take it back from the North Korea style, sycophant meeting and make it believable. But you guys can't even do that. You're just so over the top that it is comical. Elon Musk, when it was his turn to fawn over Trump, said, the American people voted for secure borders, safe cities, and sensible spending, and that's what they've gotten. Tremendous amount has been accomplished in the first 100 days. As a result, as everyone has said, it's more than has been in any administration before ever, period. So this portends very well for what will happen for the rest of the administration. I think this could be the greatest administration since the founding of the country. Jesus Christ, dude. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. had this to say. Mr. President, I want to thank you for your leadership, for giving me the 100 busiest days of my life and most exciting and most rewarding. And there's over the next 100 days, we're going to do much, much more. God bless. I'm not even going to read all these. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. I would love to. I would love for you to hear it, but this is just sick. These people are not there to actually do any real jobs. Okay, Linda McMahon, Secretary of Education, came out during that meeting and said, I'm working to get myself fired by destroying the Department of Education. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s Health and Human Services this week ended research on infectious diseases. Ended it, like killed it. And he said in the meeting, fluoride makes you stupider. I'd do the impression more, but it already hurt my throat once. These people are insane. These people have no idea what they're doing. They're grossly unqualified for the positions that they hold, but the only reason they hold them is because they sit there one at a time, pressing their lips firmly against Donald Trump's a-hole. That's what this was. Every one of these people, like, this is who you are. This is your legacy. This is how people will remember you. Whatever you could have been, whatever you were, like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Linda McMahon, Tulsi Gabbard, Marco Rubio, you have sold your souls, not to the devil, not to any deity, but to Donald Trump. You are now a pathetic waste of a human being, a husk, almost a parasite, living off of Donald Trump. And as he rises and falls, so do you. And I think we all know, based on all of the available data, he is falling hard right now and taking all of your careers and legacies with him. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform that, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.